Affordable housing. Interest rates have gone up since the Federal Reserve has lowered interest rates. Housing prices have not come down. Mortgage insurance has decreased. However, homeowners insurance and property taxes are elevated. Where's the affordable housing? How can the average American purchase a home? Who controls affordable housing, and what can we do to get affordable housing on the market? Hi, I'm Kevin Jefferson, the People's Lender. In this video, you'll want to stay until the end to learn about who controls affordable housing, if there is a such thing as affordable housing, and what does affordable housing mean to you. Also, if you're new to the channel, do me a huge favor, hit the subscribe button, and also give me a thumbs up, and give me some feedback after you watch this full video to let me know, hey, this is how I feel about affordable housing. This is what affordable housing is to me, and let me know where you're at so I can understand what affordable housing in your area is. Candidate is going to have the ability to change, which is homeowners insurance, which is currently increasing, and I think we will see more increases in homeowners insurance because of the last 2 or 3 hurricanes that we've seen, right? So there's going to be increases in different parts of the country. There's going to be increases because there's more accidents. There's going to be increases because more people are calling and getting claims on their insurance. And if they're being paid out, the insurance company has to get those funds from somewhere else, right? With that, you still have property taxes. So we've been in a 4-year, 5-year stretch where we've constantly seen housing prices increase. As housing prices increase, property taxes are continuing to increase. So as property taxes are continuing to increase, that means your housing price, your mortgage payment will increase because your property taxes now went from, let's say, $1,200 to $1,500. Yes, that's just a $300 a year change. However, that changes, $50 a month here and there. With the increase of your homeowner's insurance, that could potentially take, let's say, a $2,000 a month mortgage to, let's say, $1,200, depending on what your increase of your homeowner's insurance is. These are things that have not been addressed by neither candidate. These are things that neither candidate controls. And unless there's a credit that's going to be given on the back end, housing prices and mortgage payments are going to continue to increase unless you put together a plan or get with a lender who can give you a plan on how to keep that payment low. Now, there's a lot of people out here saying, hey, well, they're just trying to get you to buy a house. That's true. We're trying to get you to become homeowners and have the ability to change things in your family's lives. But we also are only going to qualify you for what you can afford. And what you can afford and what you're eligible for are two different things. You may qualify for a $500,000 house on paper. However, we go off of gross income. You make less taxes, Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, whichever one it is. Then you've got health insurance that you pay for, as well as any type of 401ks. Let's say you pay child support, or, there's a ton of bills that you have outside of that. So yes, it's great to be able to qualify for a $500,000 house. However, if you can't afford it, I suggest you don't buy it. I think you should get into something and work your way up as you go along. And that's one of the things that we also lead back to candidates. One of the candidates has said, hey, we're going to try to build 3 million affordable housing. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be houses for you to buy as homes. Affordable housing is also rentals, apartment complexes and buildings, right? And those are rentals. Affordable housing is not anything they can control either. Let me give you an example. You can say you're going to do affordable housing, but you can't control the seller selling their land. Unless you give the seller some sort of credit for selling their land, then they're going to sell it at a price, right, where they can make a profit. Once the seller sells their land, then you have the builder. The builder's going to buy the land at the price that the seller particularly wants or that they agree to, and then this builder is going to put their profit on their new construction home that they're going to build. So there's a profit that they want as well. The government doesn't control or can't control what that builder wants to sell that house for after they've completed, the house as a spec house to sell. Then you have the buyer. the buyer is going to come and buy it. So now there's been two profits set on top of that land. There's the profit that the seller sold it for when he or she initially had the land. There's the builder who built the house and had his or her cost into it, and now they have a profit on top. And the end user, who's the buyer, is the one who has the buys it at the higher price. Now, the only way that any of that could be changed or the government could control it is if they give some sort of seller's credit to whoever, or tax credit. But right now, people aren't looking for tax credits when they sell stuff. They want the profit so they can do what they want to do with money. You know, this is something that can continue to go on. And, you know, everything, you know, ever since I've been around, even as a kid, there's always been a battle for what affordable housing is. And what is affordable housing? You know, nobody has clearly defined what affordable housing is. Affordability to me is different than what it could be to the next person. And that's because everyone's income's different. Their bills are different. Their debts are different. The different things that they have are totally different. And you're talking about different parts of the country. If you're in Florida and you're paying $3,000 in rent, that could be extremely high to you. $3,000 in rent in New York, in California could be cheap. You know, that could be cheap rent. So, you know, what affordability is based upon where you live at and your demographic and also your financial situation. If you're currently watching this video, we're discussing how the election could skyrocket the real estate market, how it could increase, you know, housing prices as well as interest rates, and what you can do to prepare in order to get ready for purchasing a home, whether it's former President Trump that becomes president, or as Vice President Harris who becomes president, or any other candidate that's on the ticket becomes president. What are you going to do, or what can you do to put yourself in position? Because the last 8 elections that I know of, housing prices have increased, interest rates have increased, and there's nothing that either candidate can really do right away until they get into office and be able to get things on the books and be able to vote and push and lobby for it. If you're out there and you're watching this video, do me a huge favor and give me a thumbs up if you like the information. If you're watching and you have questions pertaining to, you know, home buying, being a first time home buyer, you know, if you're watching this video, and I don't care whether you're left, right, in the middle, tell me what you think, how this election in your mind is going to affect home ownership. If you're watching the replay, drop it in the chat, in the comment section. Hey, I think that, you know, purchasing a home, you need to wait until such and such is in, or I don't think it's going to make an effect on who is president, but housing prices are still high. What can they do to help us with lowering housing prices? So I've asked you to stay till the end of the video. Based off what you heard in the video, let me know what you think affordable housing is. Comment in the chat below where you're located and what housing prices are or rent prices are in your area. Also, do me a favor. We have a newsletter that we send out on a weekly basis. We send it out twice a week. Do us a huge favor, subscribe to the newsletter, and as a free gift to you, we will give you a home buyer's guide to help you with your home buying journey. I'm Kevin Jefferson, the People's Lender. Have a great day.